Hi guys, it's Shar. Welcome back to my channel, Crafting Up a Storm. It's the 5 Under 5 challenge, and this month it is Christmas decor. So I have some really easy and affordable projects for you, all of them using mainly Dollar Tree items, and all of them costing under $5 for you to make. Let's get crafting. I'm going to go back in time to fall. I was doing some fall projects, which is why my fall decor is still out. But I had this Christmas tree in my stash from Dollar Tree, and I pulled the kind of plasticky ribbon from it, and I'm going to use the stand. I did take some of the little notches off the sides so that it was a little more flat. And now I'm going to get some felt, and I picked 5 colors of felt, 6 colors of felt, darker to lighter. And I'm going to start on the darkest with a medium size circle and go smaller as I go along. Once I had all my circles cut, and I just cut several, I cut those circles in half, and I'm going to use semicircles to decorate the tree. I want to decorate the semicircles first with some puff paint. So I did some scallops, some dots, some lines, some triangles, just different shapes, random, just so that each color had something slightly different. These have triangles, and they almost look like orange wedges. On the bottom row, I glued the semicircle to the very edge on the bottom. I wanted to cover up that bottom ring. I used 6 semicircles around the bottom edge. I did another row of 6. I believe my next color, which is the gray, I used 6 as well. But as I went up, I think I used maybe 5 or down to 4 semicircles going up. The most I used was of the lightest color, and that was because I got to the very top and needed to cover the top. I believed I used maybe 12 semicircles around the very top in that light kind of tan color. I just kept going around the tree and gluing them to the frame, and then I would go back and glue those edges together. See, I overlapped the corners and put a little glue on them, and then tacked those corners together. And I just continued up the tree that way. Now, once I was completely done, I noticed that the felt really sucked up some of this paint so that it wasn't really dimensional at all. It was just flat. So I decided to go back over the paint spots and put another layer of paint, and this way it wouldn't soak in as much. Now, this is something that I probably should have done before I put them together. It would have been a little easier while they were still flat. Just go over the top of the decorations again. And that's definitely something you would have the chance to do. I didn't think about it till after I put the tree together. However, it still came out good. They were a lot more pronounced, much more vibrant, and really had dimension after I went over it a second time. Now, flash forward, because I did this later, I wanted to put a star at the top of the tree. I had these wooden snowflakes, and I just put a little of the antique wax on them and glued that to the top of my tree. And that's what I used for the star. Let me know what you guys think of this one. This video is part of the open playlist, 5 projects under $5 DIY challenge, put on every month on the 5th by hosts Missi at Crafty Cove DIY and Emily at Farm Charm Chic. This month's guest host is Elli from DIY from House to Home. And this is an incredibly talented trio of ladies. If you're coming over from their channel, welcome. This month's theme is Christmas Decor. And if you click on that playlist, I will have linked in the description. You will be linked to a group of incredibly talented crafters, all giving you DIY Christmas decor projects on a budget. I am going to make a book stack. So I'm taping off the middle and I'm going to paint the top a bluish gray. The bottom's going to be more of a darker gray and the middle will be gray. I started this project painting a crate with greens. You'll see it later in the video in a couple of different sections, but I didn't care for the green with my decoration on top. So I am redoing the crate in some shades of gray. I'm going to add some titles to these little book pieces. And because I'm putting an owl on the top, I thought a Hogwarts theme would really match well. So the top one is Christmas Magic. The second one is Seasonal Spells. And the bottom one will be Winter at Hogwarts. And of course, there's so many fun titles to choose from. Decorate however you want using actual Christmas stories or Christmas songs. All of them would look really, really great. I'm now going to redo this little owl ornament. I'm taking the pieces off and the pine cones off the top. I am going to use those later, but I'm going to paint his little shirt on the front with some brown truffle paint. I want him just to look like a regular owl. I glued down some beachy web ribbon and some burlap ribbon, and now the decoration on top, the owl is sitting on top of a stump, kind of like the floral vase filler stumps. It was just a very large one. I'm using some floral pine picks and the pine cones that I had taken off my owl. Let me know what you guys think of this one. I dug into my stash again and came up with this wooden lantern from Dollar Tree. I also found a pine cone wreath from Dollar Tree as well. I painted the lantern with some silver spray paint, but it was very shiny and I want it to be tarnished and antique looking, like it's an old used lantern. I started to color it up with some of the night sky chalk paint, which is a bluish black. Very dark blue color. I went definitely around the edges and the top, anywhere I thought it would naturally tarnish. And I took away a lot of that shiny with that color. Now to drive it home, I used some black paint around the very edges and pulled that toward the center, just to give my lantern a very antique look. Once I had it looking like I wanted, I used those little pine branches that I pulled off my owl. Those have a good wire in the middle and they fit right into the hole on the top. I fanned them out to each side and added a couple of the small pine cones. To really drive home an antique look to this lantern, I'm going to add this wooden ring from Dollar Tree to the top. I believe it's in a multi-pack from the Crafter Square section, and it's the largest one. I painted it the same as the lantern, and now I added some hot glue and I'm going to pop that to the very top. Once that was secured down, I am going to add one more little pine cone into the middle. That will also help hold that ring down on the top. I put in a little berry that I had left over from a floral pick. And here's what that lantern looks like. Let me know what you guys think of this one. For this project, I had one of these. This is the top of one of those garden picks from Dollar Tree. They had a ton of different metal ones, and I had picked this one up. I really like this design. I've used it for several different crafts, but this is that red, white, and blue flower that they have. I took it apart and I'm going to paint. I spray painted the blue and the red with some white spray paint. And now I'm going to go over it with a little bit of watered down black with a little of the night sky in there. The front flower I did very light, and the back flower I wanted to go just a little bit darker. Two different shades of that gray tone. The middle one I left white. To the front, I'm going to pop, I have these buttons that kind of fit together and they make just a jewel on the front. Any type of pretty decoration on the front would work. And I glued those on. Now, back in time, I had this truck on a stand from Dollar Tree. I had found it in the craft section, and I took the truck off. I was going to use the truck for a different project, so I'm going to use the stand for this snowflake. And I just had some glue on the back and down the back pedal, and I glued that in place. And that helped hold up this metal snowflake, which would be perfect for a tiered tray and would look beautiful in many different Christmas colors. Which colors would you use? For this project, we did go back in time again. I started to make a container I was going to put apples in. I used this plastic cup and I just wanted to cut it down. So I measured around it, cut the top of it off, painted it with some silver paint. I don't expect you to do this for this project. You guys use whatever you already have. One of those little, I put some styrofoam in it, but one of those little carafes in the dish section at Dollar Tree would work perfect too. After I painted it silver, I wrapped the bottom with some twine, and I had darkened it up a little with some black, watered down black paint. Because I didn't use this, that's why I'm using it for this project. Otherwise, use a different container that you think will work for you. Now we're flash forward, and I'm going to use this to put some trees in. I picked several different trees that I had in my stash from Dollar Tree, and some of them came in, maybe in a 6 or 8 pack. This one was in a 3 pack. The large white one was by itself, so they were various prices. But I just wanted to kind of fill in and use some of these different little trees. I glued down the largest one, and then I put some white glue and some fake snow to cover up the blue that I had. Now, you don't necessarily have blue in yours. However, that fake snow did help with the overall look of the piece. I crowded in the little trees and glued those down, and I decided I wanted some little feet on the bottom, so I'm using some square beads. You can do that. You don't have to. To the outside, I did add a ribbon and a little berry and some little pine pieces just to decorate it. And this is my tree container. Let me know what you guys think of this one. Here is a last look at all 3 projects. Let me know which one is your favorite down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I love bringing you some really cute projects on a budget. If you like this video, here's another one that you may enjoy, and consider subscribing to my channel and hitting that like button. That really helps me out. And have a great day.